Hello everyone, it's Gankun and today we'll be opening a booster box of the Ultraman card game BP2, Vortex of Crimson and Azure. This is the second set to have come out for Ultraman card game and introduces a lot of new heroes I'm personally a big fan of. We have two new additions I'm most passionate about, Ultraman Agaru and Ultraman Hikari, both blue Ultraman, which is I think one of the few blue ones and personally my favorite color. So it's always excited to get those heroes into the game. So today we're looking for two specific triple Rs and/or SPs to finish our playset for these decks. So starting off, one of the ones we're most interested about is Ultraman Gaia. Ultraman Gaia Supreme Version, really powerful card. When you place it as a triple, you'll be able to bounce back the opponent's double or triple top card into their hand, pretty much guaranteeing you the win for that lane. Really strong effect and feels like there'll be a lot of fun shenanigans to introduce with you have the Ultraman Gaia cards. Secondly, the other deck we want to put together and see how it would work is Ultimate Zero. This is another really cool card, giving you an opportunity to change a battle type of one of your opponents, and then giving the adjacent zero to the left or right of this character a BP increase of 1 for that turn. A lot of interesting combinations you can do with this deck, so we'll be putting these decks together and hopefully creating a video for these once we've finished our playsets. So to get into the deck, um, here we have the booster box for BP2. You'll notice here this set has a different art for the English and Japanese editions. We have a lot of really cool Marvel artists who help design a lot of the cards here. Mixed feelings on some specific artwork, but overall, I really like the introduction of these artists to get their take on drawing an Ultraman. So, without further ado, we'll get into opening this box. So, similar to BP1, this box here will have 24 packs, each with 12 cards per pack. And we're hoping for a couple of specific things. Looking forward to another AP if we can get it, and or better yet, an SP. And the triple Rs for, like we mentioned before, Gaia and Zero. So we'll get this opened right away. 1 second. All right, let's get this open. So get started. So with BP2, one of the things we've most been looking forward to is how this changes the card game as a whole. With BP1, there were only so many decks you could put together, and now we have a whole new cast of heroes to work with. Um, so starting off, we have the box topper, the Ultraman level 2 Scene Searcher for Ken Sato, the Ultraman Rising deck. If you're planning to play Ultraman Rising, this is definitely a card you'll want to have 4 copies of. So try to definitely incorporate this into your deck. Another interesting about this thing about this card is that it's actually specific, exclusive to the US. The Japanese version of BP2 has the Kaiju card Eleking, and doesn't actually have this version of the Ultraman Rising cards. We'll open a Japanese booster box in a future video, and then we can compare the two cards. So let's get started and open our first booster box of our first booster pack of Crimson and Azure. So one thing we learned with the pack trick from last time is that actually probably want to move 3 cards to the front, not 4. The reason we do this now is that the AP card will actually be in that 4th card slot. So if you move 4 of them, you will save your rares and or triple Rs for the end, but you'll end up with the AP card in the front, which could ruin a surprise like I had in my previous video. So starting off, we have a lot of new cards for both existing and new heroes. So we have Ultraman Arc, Ultraman Blazer, some new scenes, Ultraman Rosso, Ultraman Blue, Ultraman Dyna, Mebius, Blazar, another scene, Zeton, and Arc. So here we have a 5 double R Zeton. Um, I think you'll definitely want to have the grade 6 Zeton promo card. Very powerful effect. I think this card will let you build up the card as a 5/6. However, I think that 6 grade Zeton is pretty strong on its own if you manage to go against one of the more and more popular mono decks. Another card here, Ultraman Arc, Galaxy Armor. If you are running an Ultraman Arc deck, you will want to have some copies of these, as the new cards will help you swap between power and speed types. And when you discard a card from your hand and play this card, you're able to give one of your speed type arcs a BP increase of 1 for the turn. So very powerful to get a lot of value with only having maybe doubles or singles on the field. So next pack. So here we have, oh, and let's do the trick. 1, 2, 3. So again, we have Ultraman Arc, Aguru, Scene for Arc, Ultraman Zero, Ultraman Blue, Dyna, Agel, Hikari, Scene, Rosso, and Geo Arc. So for these two cards, we have the introduction of Rosso, which pairs well with blue. We'll see how that deck plays out, but has a lot of interesting opportunities where the blue, I believe, can have an effect that activates twice. And if you have the triple Rosso, he will help you, I believe, take scenes from your hand into your discard, and then the other will help you get scenes from your discard into to exile them for a powerful boost. And Geo Arc here, a card that I feel like is definitely going to be nice to hold on to for the future. Um, so with this one here, you'll be able to level up to hopefully a future grade 6 Geo Arc. For now, whenever you have an arc that enters play, it increases its BP1 from 5k to 10k. I think as it is, I don't know how many of these I would want to run, but has a lot of potential in the future for level ups. Um, my feeling is that when the movie comes out in Japan, we might see a Geo Arc level 6 promo card come out with those. That would be at least my guess. A fun thing to do with any upcoming movie releases and help grow the popularity of the Ultraman card game. So with the next set, let's open this. So here we have Blue, Mebius, Isaac, Rosso, Rosso again, Dyna, Mebius, Hunter Knight Tsurugi, Scene, Dyna, and Hikari. So here we have the Ultraman Dyna grade 2. You can use this to search for a scene. And the Hikari, a triple R, a really cool card when you pair it with Mebius. When this card is milled and sent from the discard to the deck, or sorry, deck to the discard, you're able to level up any uh, possible level 2 Hikaris you have on the field by discarding a card. So it's a good way to get more cards onto the deck quickly um, while building up a Mebius and Hikari or Hikari and other uh, deck. So next, let's Let's see, we will open this, I believe our fourth pack. All right, so now we have Ultraman Arc, Blazar, Scene, Rosso, Blue, Arc, Mebius, Kari, Scene, a Blazar, and Geo Arc. So with this is a new Ultraman Blazar, grade 3 double R. With this, when you have a triple, you're able to give your opponent a BP decrease of 1 for the turn. Very similar to the existing triple R Blazar. On the turn you play this, you have a fairly strong advantage in that lane and are likely able to win that one. Um, However, unlike the other triple R, you don't get the ability to look at your cards and rearrange them. But 17k and giving a BP decrease of 1 is still a pretty nice effect for Blazar, especially with his scene to level things up. And another Geo Arc. So next we'll open another pack. All right, so get these out of the way. All right, so we have Ultraman Blue, Ultraman Yukari, the Zero Scene, Zero, Ultraman Rosso, Ultraman Blue, Ultraman Mebius, Knight Tsurugi, the Rosso Scene, and Zamasha. So this is the Hunter Knight Tsurugi card or Ultraman Hikari. Level 2, you can use this to look for a scene by discarding the top 5 cards from your deck. With the Ultraman Hikari grade 3 we mentioned earlier, these pair well together to go into that upgrade. Here's another Kaiju card with a nice effect. So it's already a solid 10k on a single, and then on an on play, you can give it a, BP increase of 1 to 11k. So it's fairly decent to Kaiju to get a boost of power and drop 10k for a single card, and 11k on play to help contest for lead. All right, next we have, let's see, so still haven't gotten any triple Rs yet or APs, but we're due for one any moment now. So we have Ultraman Dyna, Mebius, the Arc Scene, Rosso, Dyna, Mebius, Grigio Bone, um, the Blazer Scene, and we have the Rosso double R, and Grade 1 Hikari. So the Grade 1 Hikari card, very similar to all your other Grade 1 cards for drawing power. You can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and then send a hero from among them to your hand. So pairs well again with the rest of Hikari's effects, as well as Ultraman Mebius if you pair them together. Now the next card here we have is Ultraman Rosso. Um, with this effect, you can, similar to the other scene searchers, take 5 cards to look for a scene. Pairs really well with the Rosso and Blue scene related effects. So now let's open this next pack. So let's see what we have here. We have Blue, Mebius, the Gaia scene, Hero, Rosso, Aguru, V2, Blazar, Blazar scene, Ultraman Gaia, and Aguru. So um, for Ultraman Gaia, it's a grade 1 with a new set of effects we see on a couple different heroes, giving it an increase of BP1 when it's facing a kaiju, putting it to a good 10k effect, otherwise 3k. Um, can be handy if you're going against a kaiju, like let's say Dark Zero. If you can catch that, you would be able to still take lead, um, and only have to put one card down. And Ultraman Aguru, the a new effect that pairs well with the all the different Gaia effects. Basically, when you're able to use a Gaia or Uggle's effect to uh, move a double or triple card back into your hand, you're able to increase its power by BP1 for the turn, letting you play only 2 cards and hit a respectable 17k. So let's organize some of these cards and open the next set of packs. So here next we have Ultraman Blue, Aguru, Gaiacine, Rosso, Agul, Mebius, Hikari, the blue scene, and we have a triple R. So we have the grade one Aguru, very similar effect with being able to draw 2 cards and put one back to the bottom of your deck. And here, our first triple R of the day, we have Ultraman Blue. So this effect is the only twice per turn activate effect, and it'll let you exile scene cards from your discard area to then give a blue Rosso plus 1,000 BP increase for the turn. So by being able to do this twice, if you have, let's say, 2 scenes in your discard from all the milling from scene searching, you can then have basically bump this card itself to 18k. Alternatively, that 1,000 boost, being able to distribute it across different lanes can help you take lead or flip wins if you have 2 17Ks paired up against each other. So this is, I believe, our first triple R of the day. And now we'll kind of continue to look for any more. Okay, so with our next booster pack, all right, so we have Dinah, Aguru, the Blue Rosso Scene, Zero, Blue, Arc, Mebius, Kaiju, Scene, Zero, and Mebius. So here we have one of the new Zero double Rs. With this one, it's a speed type, and you're able to give a battle opponent, um, or sorry, when you're facing a battle opponent with basic or arm, you're able to give him a 1,000 increase. Um, so this, I believe, will pair well with the new Zero Scene, since it's a speed type, and let you do a couple different things with it. All right, and next pack. All right, so first off, we have Ultraman Dyna, Mebius, Kaiju, Rosso, Blue, Dyna, Aguru, Hikari, the Hikari Scene, Zero, and Aguru. So here, some new grade 1 cards. Aguru, similar searching. The new Zero grade 1 R. You're able to use that effect, like we mentioned before, when facing Kaiju, increase its BP to a 10k. So we're probably about halfway through this box, and we'll go through, see, we're still missing 2 or 3 more triple R's, and one more AP or SP or better. So we have Mebius, the new Zero Scene, Rosso, Blue, Mebius, Hunter Knight Tsurugi, so Slingshot. Oh, and we have another Ultraman arc, Uggle and Gaia. So funny enough, something seems to be off with the case of BP2 we've gotten. I think this is our third or fourth box where we had both Arc and Blue as the triple R's of the box. I don't think we've actually opened any Ultimate Zeros, and I think we've opened one Gaia Supreme triple R. So not sure if something's going on at Soraya, but um, lots of arcs people are getting, it seems. Though Arc is a interesting new deck, Durian has been playing around and finding the right ratios and composition to build a deck around that. I think I've been playing maybe Sikari, and we're about 50-50 with a lot of the games we've been playing. So he's definitely been able to uh, a lot of good combos against what is probably one of the most common decks we're seeing at different tournaments. Rosso, Arc, Aguru, Kaiju, Bean, and Blue. So same thing with earlier cards we've mentioned. The blue grade 1 will let you mill 3 and take a Ultra Hero. So it pairs very well with the triple R effects. Let's see what we get here. So we have Arc, and just to pause for a moment, I really do like these English artist illustrations. Different than the Japanese one you would otherwise have. I'm a really big fan of this card. I believe this is even going to be the promo card, both for English and Japanese, for any of the Challenge Cups, or like a holographic version of this card. But it really does stand out with beautiful artwork. All right, so then we have Rosso, Aguru, Mebius, Gari, Fiend, and the new Mebius double R. So this is a card I really like and have added it to my Mebius Hikari deck. Um, so the triple R Mebius is of course one of the strongest cards out there. A really key piece of the Mebius deck. But then previously for BP1, the other options you had was the uncommon Mebius. When you play it on play, you would be able to mill 3 cards and then give a BP increase of 2,000 for the turn. Um, However, that effect did require a triple, whereas you have the new Mebius can work off a double or a triple and has a somewhat similar effect, 8K, 13K double, 16K triple. But you're able to discard a Mebius or Hikari card and give another Mebius or Hikari plus 2,000 for the turn. Um, there are some subtle differences between this and the uncommon card, which does it does matter what card you have. The previous one, it's an on-play effect, so you don't have to use any resources from your hand, and you can buff any character. Whereas this one is a lot more restricted to maybe Scary decks. You have to discard one of those cards specifically, so you do have to use some of your hand resources, um, and you can only give an increase to maybe Sir Hikari. So you wouldn't be able to pair this with other decks as easily. That being said, though, since it's an activate, you can hold it off till later. You don't have to use it as an on play. And the fact that you can use its effect off of a double opens up a lot of opportunities from the matches we've been playing so far. So big fan of this card. And again, I'm a big fan of the artwork for this one, especially. It's a pretty iconic fight. It's actually the Mebius scene, Champions of the Fierce fight, where he's battling Zeton. And the artwork on this is just a really cool take on the finisher for that fight. All right, so on to the rest of our packs. So we're still hoping for one really good AP or SP, and fingers crossed we could still pull a Ultimate Zero or Gaia Supreme. All right, so we have Ultraman Blue, Blazar, Scene, Gaia, Rosso, Blue, Mebius, Kaiju, Scene, Arc, and Katana. Sorry, Katana Thoa or Katana Thor. This one, uh, interesting kaiju starts with 9K. When you're going against speed or armed, you can increase it to 2,000 to 11K. I don't think this is going to change much in terms of what kaijus can do, though we can still see in the future if you're able to play this as double to 15K. A lot of cards will probably revisit once we have EP3 cards revealed. So now this one is the other new arc, grade 3. This one with the speed type. When you play this one, you're able to discard a card and give one of your arcs with type power BP increase of 1 for the turn. So this pairs very well with the other power type arc and the new armed triple R Galaxy Armor arc. So if building a deck with Ultraman Arc, there's definitely a lot of trial and error uh, you may encounter when trying to find the right setup for that deck. A lot of interesting ratios, but if you nail it, there's a lot of options and consistency you can unlock with a mono zero deck. We'll definitely post some recordings of our matches using Arc mono decks. So next set of packs. So here, let's see what we get next. I hope everyone's been enjoying opening BP2 so far. It's definitely a really exciting addition to the Ultraman card game, and looking forward to the rest of the sets down the road. So next we have Ultraman Blue, Mebius, another Kaiju, Gaia, Rosso, Dyna, Aguru, Tsurugi, Dyna, and here we have the level 2 Aguru card and the Gomora card. So the Gomora one, if you have the box hopper from BP1, that was a grade 5, which you can then build this as a double. And as a double, this one is a 15K card, and as either a single or a double, you can exile one level 2 or higher card in your opponent's discard area from the game. Not sure if I'll see a lot of people playing this one yet. Maybe if the new Kaiju set comes out and can increase the consistency of Kaijus, this could have a lot of use with being able to exile cards. I haven't yet seen what the impact of for decks using Dyna or cards like this to get rid of cards from the opponent's discard, which might have a good impact on things like Mebius decks or even some of the blue Rosso arc cards that are moving using the discard as a new resource. And here we have the Ultraman Agadu uh, grade 2 double R, same one that we see on the box art. And this one, really cool effect when you use it. So with the Gaia cards, you can put the top card of another Gaia or Aguru into your hand, and then you can draw 2 cards and return 1 to the bottom of the deck. With this, you can trigger the effects for their scenes, which could increase or decrease the BP of one of your cards or decrease one of the opponent's cards by 1. And then this is getting more cards into your hand to be able to have more consistency. Right, getting to the home stretch of this box. Let's see. So here we have Ultimate Zero. Still hoping for the triple R version of this card, but fingers crossed. Blue, Blazar, Rosso, Blue, Arc, Aguru, Rugi, the Arc Scene, or sorry, Blue, Rosso Scene, Zero, and Blazar. And oh, oof, okay. So we already have discussed these 2 cards. So this is our first SSP. We had pulled one SP blue, but so I didn't even post this image at the start of the video, thinking that I would have been happy with just the SP or Triple R Zero. But here we have the SSP Ultraman Zero card. Really cool artwork. Probably one of the top chase cards for the set. And wow, definitely a lot better than I was expecting for this video. So hopefully um, we're able to get the rest of these and put this deck together. So here we have Ultimate Zero. I believe we talked about this a little bit at the beginning of the video, being able to give the opponents the type armed and then powering up the adjacent zero cards. So we'll put this front and center for all of the pulls we've gotten today. All right. So let's still aim for another triple R, but definitely a highlight of opening this box. Glad to see that we got a SSP. I think we've opened probably um, 7 or 8 of BP2, and this is by far the nicest card we've gotten. So that's also why we have the pack trick to put 3 cards in the front. That way we can save surprises like that for last. So Dyna, Mebius, Kaiju, Zero, Blue, Dyna, Aguru, Naitsurugi, Scene, Aroso, and Dyna. Both of these uh, grade 1 cards that let you either mill 3 to reveal a card or draw 2 and put 1 at the bottom of the deck. So let's organize some of these cards that have fallen over. And get back to opening the rest of these packs. So let's see. So with oh, oops, that was the wrong way. So with BP2, we haven't talked about it much yet, but we also had the introduction of the Ultraman Rising extra deck. We'll be talking more about that one. The box topper from BP2 does go with that, and we're it's definitely a deck that will analyze and see how viable it can be in a competitive scene with a lot of new interesting effects and abilities. So here we have the triple R Gaia, or sorry, the single R Gaia, uh, able to increase its BP by 1 when you pull off one of the bounce effects of moving a card from your double or triple back in your hand. And then here we have the double R Gaia. This one is a scene searcher for Gaia, letting you reveal 5 cards to get one of those really powerful Gaia scenes out. Those will definitely be a key piece of how you play with a Gaia deck. All right. And next we have, let's see, Rosso, Dyna, Mebius, Gaia, Blue, Dyna, Mebius, Tsurugi, Scene, Zero, and oh wow. Okay, so I think this is the first time we've ever had one of these. So we have the Zero and Dyna, and then we have the AP card. I'm actually not sure if I guess the SSPs count separately from the boxes. I believe each box should have 1 AP. But yeah, here we have the Ultraman Blue Grade 1 AP. It's the same effect of being able to reveal 3 cards from your deck. Um, and take one Ultra Hero and send the rest to the discard area. A good way to get those scenes into the discard area and uh, get some card advantage back. So we'll put these here. Did not expect to need so much space for these, but these here together. Um, yep. All right. Now down to the final. Let's see. Final 5 packs. All right, so we have Blue, Blazar, Kaiju, Zero, Rosso, Dyna, Mebius, Grigio, Scene, and another Gomora and Zero. Um, uh, Definitely let us know in the comments your thoughts on any new decks you are excited to build, and we'll try to do a deck analysis and profile of one of those. What we've been trying to set up are some matchups where we'll both post the deck we're demonstrating for the video, and then record a couple matches of Durian and I playing against them, and later give us share our thoughts on both of those decks. So last 4, we have Blue, Hikari, Scene, Rosso, Arc, a really cool speed art card. Also wanted to stop and mention the grade 1. It lets you trigger off of the arc effects for speed arcs, and again, one of those really cool artworks. So Mebius, Blazar, um, Fiend, Blue, and Blazar. So another blue card and another Blazar. This is a new effect for Scene 1, being able to return one card from your hand to the top or bottom of your deck, and then if you place it at the top, you're able to draw another card at the end of the turn. This has some interesting opportunities where you're able to set up maybe a Blazar scene or another effect where you're able to put a card back. A couple interesting interactions. One, the Blazar scene, as we mentioned. If you also think about the triple R Blazar, where you can reveal the top 3 cards from your deck and rearrange them, this could even let you put a card back into your deck and pick something else out you would draw at the end of the turn. So a really unique effect. Really curious to see how it would play out, and if we build a mono Blazar or not necessarily a mono Blazar, but even just some new Blazar combinations. I think it'd be a very interesting card to incorporate. All right, so we have Ultraman Blue, Mebius, Gibalga, Gaia, Blue, Dyna, Mebius, Tsurugi, the Scene, and the Ultraman Dyna Double R. This is a fun one. Curious to see how it'll play out, where you're able to exile a card from the opponent's discard area to give this character a BP increase of 1 for the turn. So when you play it, you're able to play it as a 17k triple on that turn, or even a 14k double, which can definitely win leads or lane. And then that exile effect is definitely one to see how it plays out with countering any Mebius effects and or uh, what do you call it? Arc or Blue Rosso, a scene or discard exile effects. So if you're running a any of those decks, you'll definitely want to keep an eye out for any Dyna decks and be aware that they could pull the grade 2, or sorry, the double R Dyna at any point to mess with one of your plans. So Arc, Mebius, Isaac, Command Zero, Blue, Dyna, Mebius, Rugi, the Agurusin, Zero, and Mebius. So we've discussed Zero, and then this is the Mebius that has that effect to treat it as a 10K if you're going up against the kaiju. And last pack of the video. We'll put this away. I really do like these boxes. As you kind of see, we've been displaying them up here. And yeah, they look great. Been really excited. I hope you've enjoyed this opening of BP2. A lot of fun opening these cards with everyone, and really looking forward to playing these at the next Galaxy Cup. We have one Galaxy Cup in Southern California this upcoming Sunday, and we'll probably be playing either a Mebius Hikari deck or if we can get them, maybe the Gaia Aguru deck or some other flavor of Mebius. So, final pack. Let's look. We have Ultraman Blue, another Hunter Knight Tsurugi, the Ultraman Zero scene, Ultraman Zero, Ultraman Rosso, Blue, Ultraman Mebius, Blazar, the scene, and let's see, Ultraman Arc and Hunter Knight Tsurugi. And we finish our BP2 booster box. Um, this is definitely by far the probably the best booster box we've opened so far. We got two alternate arts and two double Rs. So the double Rs, we have the Arc and we have the Blue. Uh, Not too much to say to these, just especially because we've opened so many of these. Our probably fourth box with exactly this pair. But more excitingly, we have Ultraman Blue, AP card for the um, deck searcher, or sorry, the draw card. Um, Really cool art, actually. I like this a lot. I'm always a big fan of all of the AP cards. And most importantly, the Ultimate Zero. Definitely a really cool card. Been seeing a lot of people excited about this online, and really glad to add this to our collection. And with that, thank you everyone. It was a blast opening BP2 with all of you, um, and looking forward to the next set and future videos. If I'm able to get any more of my, I think Ultra Act figures here, we had Aguru and a Gaia figure here. I think the next set is Kaiju, so I'll see if I can get a Belial um, figure set, and maybe I'll pull out some very old kaiju Sofubi toys or something to decorate that next box opening. Uh, was a pleasure opening these cards with everyone, and hope you all enjoy this video. Thank you so much, and have a great day. All right, bye.